Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome to my September channel update, where I'll be discussing various things, maybe some Hunter of the Beast, a few bits and pieces. I'll also be discussing my dad and why I've not been quite as active as I should have been recently, but I'll do that at the end, so not to be depressing early on. Don't worry, he's fine. So first of all, obviously, as you may have noticed, I'm doing a bit of Hunter and Beast on my channel, a little bit. I'm going to be doing lots of that, rolling out lots of that this week. We will be continuing at least 2 campaigns. We'll see how everything goes there. Something new tomorrow. I'm not going to mention what it is yet, but I'll be dropping something for you tomorrow, so you'll have to see what that is. But I'm not allowed to talk about how I'm enjoying it or not yet, but it's because that's reviewing it, which I'm not allowed to do yet, so I won't do that. But lots of Hunter of the Beast content coming out. As I said, I'm going to be trying to drop at least a Gorok and a Wulfric playthrough each day this week. Another thing I do want to mention, a few other channels to look at some Hunter and Beast content on, who've all been dropping some. They will all be linked down in the description. I don't know why I'm pointing, but I mean, it's where it is. But Superfriend, who does a variety of different bits of content, has been doing, I think he's been doing a Gorok and a Wulfric playthrough. I should be paying more attention. Zardar Total Warrior has definitely been doing a legendary Gorok playthrough, so worth checking out. His channel, he does a lot more historical stuff. He also does a lot of legendary stuff. So if you want to see playing legendary, if you prefer playing in legendary, he's a very good channel for seeing how it's done, or if you just want to know how people can actually do that, because I can't play legendary. I die if I play legendary. And MonstersAbound, who is a bit of a bigger channel, somebody I talk to a lot. All these people are people I talk to about what I do, about being a YouTuber and things. They're all quite nice, good channels who I like, which is, I guess, why I talk to them. So MonstersAbound, he's a bit of a bigger YouTuber. He got featured by Creative Assembly a little bit ago. Very good channel. Does it in a very, very professional way. I mean, I think he actually records he does all the recording, saves the battles, cuts them out, puts them in afterwards. So it's really, really, he's sort of ultimate highest quality level of it, and they are really, I'm going to be honest, they are really, really good videos there from MonstersAbound as well. They are all worth a check out, guys, so go over to their channels, have a look at the content that they're dropping, because it's all very good. One update on timings. Obviously, I need to redo my schedule with all this. After this week, we'll get that done. I'm potentially going to be dropping at least 1 day a week because I'm playing a D&D game, which takes up an evening a week, so it's less time to record. And we'll try and do extra at the weekend to make up for that, but I'm not always going to manage that because I've got a family, I've got a life, so something might have to give. So if it's possible, I'll be losing 1 day a week. I'll work out something. It might be a couple of days, just have 1 video rather than 2 videos, but we'll work it out, because I'm actually doing 2 D&D games. I'm doing one at a local coffee shop called Nerdy in Shrewsbury, which is awesome. Board game cafe. It's really cool, actually. And I do a D&D evening there, as well as a pub quiz occasionally, which is really quite cool. I mean, it's not a pub, but it does a quiz. Nerdy quiz, which is quite cool. Also, I'm DMing one for a friend, my daughter and his daughter and my wife, so teaching them, or well, not them all, because he already plays and helping me as well. So, but teaching them all to play, the kids to play D&D and my wife to play D&D, which is quite fun. Doing the starter intro for anybody who's the D&D starter pack, the Lost Minds of Phandalin, if anybody's ever played that. So it's quite fun. My first time DMing D&D. I have GM'd other roleplay games before, but not for years and years and years, so that's something else. Wouldn't be an update without me going Patreon, YouTube subscribers. Anybody who does do that, you are awesome. And if I have to mention it, I make a point of mentioning it. I feel awkward mentioning it, but Patreon and YouTube help support the channel. Anything which goes in through subscriptions like that, I will always use to further the channel, to buy bits and pieces. Like the webcam you are looking at me from was from those that was actually a present, but the microphone I've got was definitely bought from those funds. I'm not going to pick up the microphone and show you because that would be really bad. but I've also upgraded my PC substantially since I started playing, and all of those things have come through. Not just that, through any revenue I make from YouTube is basically funneled back into the channel, and that's how I plan on doing it for the time being. Obviously, one day I might make enough to live off it, but I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. I'll be very lucky if that ever happens. But as far as I'm concerned, everybody who watches my channel is awesome, but anything else on Patreon or YouTube subscriptions really does help keep me going. And while I'm never going to hide anything, sorry, I keep looking down here, that's where my script is if you've not noticed, but really does help the channel and help me out and help me keep making good content. I mean, it's a relatively new PC, so it shouldn't cause any issues. Also, this room I'm in came from YouTube money, so I can't say I'm doing, you know, it's terrible, but it's, you know, it's all been, and everything I get is basically funneled back into making better content for you guys. So thank you to everybody who watches, but anything extra on Patreon or YouTube is brilliant. I'm not going to ever hide any content to do just people on there. However, I might, you know, in the future we might do things like give them naming rights or certain things, but everybody knows how terrible I am at putting names you suggest on things. Okay, finally, the slightly depressing bit, the update on my dad, which is why I've not been as active recently. He's just gone in for the second operation on his tongue. Well, he had an operation, they split the operation I mentioned a couple of months ago into two. They did an operation on his tongue and an operation to remove his lymph nodes in his neck. He's just had his lymph nodes taken out, so has been in hospital last week. Hospital decided to give me a heart attack by ringing me at 1:30 in the morning to give me an update and not telling me everything was okay, but for about a minute and a half. Just started going through things which had done, and there was a complication and this, that, the other, so I was sitting there going, so thankfully it was all fine, but I was a little lot worried at that point. But no, so he's in hospital recuperating at the moment. So again, while I'm planning on dropping lots of this week, somebody's going to be seeing him the plan is for somebody to see him every day if possible. So there might be nights when I do less because I'm going and seeing my dad, which is more important. Horrible. This is important to me, but my dad is more important to me. So, you know, I'll be spending lots of time with him. Hopefully he'll be out by the end of the week. So, but he doesn't need care, but we want to make sure I see him lots to check he's okay, to check everything's fine with it over the next few weeks. So again, there may be times when things do drop off a little bit. I'm slightly over my WoW Classic addiction now, so that's not going to be impacting as much as it. I will admit, a couple of weeks ago, the less videos may have been because I had have a small WoW Classic addiction. It's nostalgic because my old guild has got back to. My guild, which I ran in Classic, has got back together and made me lead again, which worries me. I don't have time. I made it very clear that I'm playing casually, but it's just all the nostalgia playing WoW Classic with them all, which is quite awesome. Anyway, that is everything for today's update. Please feel free to fire comments in the comments or jump over to my Discord and tell me I'm terrible at playing Total War, because I am, let's be honest, we all know it. And tell me to get my hair cut, because I've not had it cut in months, as you may be able to notice from the fact it's getting less and less in control every time I'm recorded. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, guys.